It's December. Time flies. It's episode 76.
Wow, what an opening for the
I'm
Wait for It Seattle podcast at Seatown Sports.
I'm Kevin. That's Brian.
I'm Brian, and number 76 is Steve Hutchinson. Kev,
Great.
maybe
That's on brand for what we're going to talk about.
That's
Because
true.
He played for the Seahawks and the Vikings, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it was a very sad departure from the Seahawks with a poison pill. Do you remember that?
No. Oh, the contract, right?
Yeah.
Like the
They
franchise.
put a poison pill in there where they said the Vikings said Steve Hutchinson has to be the highest paid offensive lineman on the team. That was their clause in the contract. And the Seahawks had an opportunity to match the contract, but they had Walter Jones, and he was a tackle versus a guard. And so they couldn't make Steve Hutchinson, and so they did it. And then the Seahawks returned the favor by signing Nate Burleson with some similar poison pill. No offense to Nate Burleson, but we lost out on that one. Steve Hutchinson's Hall of Famer. Number 76. There you go.
Do you think Steve Hutchinson?
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Do you think Steve Hutchinson would provide protection for whenever Lane Kiffin steps foot in the state of Mississippi again?
That was amazing. That was good.
I was enthralled. Like, this was the like news story of the year for me, and that might be just a sad state of our politics, because usually that's what I'm into. This was way more interesting than anything else I heard or followed on the news, like just in general, like outside of sports.
Yeah, it hit a big segment of the population for various reasons. I think the number one for me that's so odd, or maybe it's now how college sports will be, is that Lane Kiffin is coaching Mississippi, and they're really good. They're going to be in the college football playoff. They're going to be competing for a national championship. I would say they have a legit chance to win a national championship. And now he's not, because he's the second highest paid coach in college football behind Kirby Smart, if all reports are true, and he's going to LSU.
Yeah. There were a lot of takes where I mostly agreed on, and a lot of great columns just going in on him. But I think the best take was the rebuttal to the argument that somehow he shouldn't be blamed for how this all went down and all the criticism that he's taking in, that the criticism isn't deserved because of the calendar of college football.
Mm-hmm.
And the rebuttal of that argument I thought was great. It was like, LSU wanted a great coach, and great coaches either turned them down or told them no, because they were already in the same exact position as Lane Kiffin. And so this is who are better coaches than Lane Kiffin? Kirby Smart from Georgia, you just said it. Dan Lanning at Oregon. Who else? I'm missing. I'm surely missing some dudes, right?
It depends on
anybody.
What your valuation.
Kalen DeBoer at Alabama, like anybody that's in contention right now, and all of those guys said no, because they're already at programs where they're bringing them to what the whole point of this all is like to win a championship, right? If you're a coach, right? And so it's so weird to me that people are saying, well, forgive him. Like, he was put in this impossible situation because LSU did such a great job and he left. Like, I don't think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity either. I don't buy that. Like, LSU's going to cycle through another coach if it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
No, I mean, it's all relative. So I believe he was making $9 million at Ole Miss, and now he'll be making 13 at LSU. I mean,
at that point, what's the difference?
I don't want to judge people, but like, it's both a lot more than I have. Are you going to be happy with that $4 million extra to go to LSU? Maybe. There's so many things. Like he told his staff, get on the plane or you don't have a job, and then no one came with him, basically. I read, I don't know what's true on Twitter. So like, he left
even like the reporting.
He left his dog, maybe. There's a dog that got left in Ole Miss. I don't know what's happening, but
I just can't, like, college football is just this whole thing that happens between, like, mid-November through, like, right now with all these coaching changes while the season is happening, quote unquote the season, like there's a bowl game, but now because of these coaching changes, like some bowl games just become lame. Um,
a
but
lot, a lot of the time.
there's no other equivalent. Like it just coaches don't well, this happened in March Madness, right? One coach. No, coaches don't get like fired and then they make the NCAA tournament. Or didn't that happen last year
Yeah.
with Long Beach State? They fired their coach and then they
Dan
won the
Monson, former Gonzaga
yeah,
coach.
and then
Yeah.
they won the conference
Yeah. Yeah.
tournament,
Yeah.
right? And he still coached them all the way through.
He
But
did.
like,
Football's different, right? Like
yeah,
football, it just has this culture now of guys bailing, whether they're coaches or players. Like
but
so many.
college football specifically, like
Yes, that's what I'm
no
saying.
other level. Yeah,
They're bailing out on bowl games left and right. This has been happening for years now, but it's
yeah,
getting worse and worse. And now guys are like not playing it. I mean, last year we had it where guys weren't playing in the college football playoff. Now coaches aren't coaching when their team has one loss and has a chance to win a national championship. I think you hit it. Like, what is the point? I guess if the point is just to get more money and more fame, cool. But like that doesn't seem like the point of sports, at least not to me.
yeah.
Maybe I'm naive.
My last point is that he and this is a connection for Seattle people, but um Kiffin made it a point to say that Nick Saban and Pete Carroll advised him to take the job. And it's like, no, they like were a sounding board for you.
Yeah.
Like you are a grown man that makes decisions, and me and you have made decisions in our lives where we take responsibility for those decisions, good or bad. And it sucks like to hear someone just kind of like shift the responsibility of like it. I would have had more respect for him if he had just said, yeah, I wanted to coach at LSU. Like
Yeah.
it's a better job than Ole Miss.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I think the players would have, but to kind of just shift the blame to other people, I just thought that was kind of lame by lane.
It's kind of the problem with college football, though, and this will a little segue us into Jedd Fisch
Yeah.
of you're constantly a used car salesman. You're constantly selling something to recruits like this is the greatest setting, right? This is the best thing until I go take another job. So like Jedd Fisch was selling everybody on Arizona and then he took the Washington job, right? So
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it was like come to Washington. And in fairness, McMillan, who's doing great on the Panthers, and Fatita, right? I think was the quarterback back
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
or maybe he still
Fafita.
is, but like they both didn't go, and that was a big deal. Because they were kind of like, no, we were sold on this place, and we like this place, and we want to do something here. And of course, there were UW guys that did the same thing when DeBoer left, but they're constantly trying to sell young people. And maybe now the young people are getting caught up because of the NIL. They're not really buying it either. They're just going where the best bag is, right? Which is what
Yeah.
coaches are doing. So do you believe that? Let me ask you, how do I ask it? Jedd Fisch is currently earning, I have this pulled up here. He's the 22nd highest paid coach in college football, which I think would surprise some people. He's making $7.5 million per year. He makes more than Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame.
That's incredible.
He makes more than Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, Sonny Dykes at TCU. He makes more than Kyle Whittingham at Utah. He makes more than Sharon Moore at Michigan. We could go down the list, right? So, I don't know if there's really that many like bigger programs than that. But he's right below Cristobal and Signetti and Bielema, all these good coaches. So do you believe, two parts, that Fisch had opportunities to go somewhere else in this coaching carousel, or do you think he did not? Let's start with that.
I definitely think that there was a chance, and I don't think anyone was going to argue that. So a report came out over the weekend, which I think the Kiffin stuff kind of overshadowed this, but there was a report that came out on footballscoop.com saying that Florida reached out to Fisch like in the past few weeks, right? Whether, and it didn't go as far to say that he interviewed for the job. So sometimes you'll see reports that say so and so interviewed for the job, didn't get it, or they, wasn't the primary candidate. But there was definitely like back and forth on it. I wouldn't be surprised if UCLA looked into him. Other than that, I couldn't imagine like for the real big
like there's
Florida
no
fans. Like I don't think Penn State was looking into
there's
him.
no linkage to him with Penn State
or LSU. Like there was no worry about that. So
do you really believe that he was a candidate at these places, or do you
think at Florida he for sure was considered? I don't know, like this is pure speculation, but I don't know how serious that was, right? I kind of thought of him really similar to how Jim Mora's name always came up for UW openings. So there were, I think during the Sarkisian, when they hired Sarkisian, when they hired Coach Peterson, and then again, actually, when they hired after the Jimmy Lake debacle, like Moore's name came up every single time because he was an alum, because he had connections to Seattle. But for whatever reason, like the timing wasn't right, or he wasn't that great enough of a candidate compared to who else was on the list at the time. But his connection was that he was an alum, and like there was a familiarity there. And I think the same thing is happening with Fisch, where his name will always be brought up, but it won't ever be like the number one, number two, or even the number three, like on their list at any given moment. Like it.
Ironically, did you see the clip of Nick Saban reacting to Jim Mora taking a job?
Was he surprised?
So he's at UConn, and where did he take a job again? Do you remember?
Oh God, Colorado State.
Yeah,
Colorado State.
And he was on Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee broke the news. He said, "Did you hear this?" And Saban's like, "He shouldn't do that. That's a bad decision." McAfee's like, "Oh no, he already did it." He's like, Saban's like, "Well, I think he's a really good coach. I don't know that that's the best choice. Like, I don't know if he thinks UConn's a better program or what the reaction was, but
yeah, that's interesting.
Mora's still jumping around.
Yeah,
maybe he'll be a candidate when Fisch leaves in a year." Speaking of Fisch and the evaluation of him, I think some Husky fans, in fact, I know it because I've read through all your replies of all your tweets because it's fun for me. People are crazy. Some people are like, he's absolutely not a candidate. He's not doing anything, right? What is he doing? He has a 14-11 record overall in 2 years.
Yeah.
Some people would say he's a great recruiter. He's a GM. He's a culture builder. We can't afford to lose him. We went from 6 wins to 8 wins, hopefully 9 wins this year. They're building. They have a good recruiting class next year. So of course he was a candidate. Florida would love that, Where do you stand on this clear dichotomy in the Twitter sphere about Jedd Fisch?
I'm more toward the camp of he's doing a good job. And some people try to take he's doing a good job to mean he's doing a great job. And maybe what I've
Well, you did have a tweet that said remarkable.
Yeah, I said a remarkable turnaround, right?
Yes.
From where it was. And I think that's a lot different than me saying this is Coach Peterson, which I also didn't say. But
you don't have to be on here defending yourself, Kev.
Putting that aside, I think the best way to think about it is to compare it to what we know are like what's on the clear end of one end of the spectrum and the other end of the spectrum, right? So if Coach Peterson is like the ideal, right? Like longer than 4 years, a great coach on the field, a great coach off the field. Like that's like the ideal.
I think so.
If we can agree on that.
I totally agree. I think he is the ideal. Yeah.
The worst case scenario is like Jimmy Lake. Like bad on the field performance, bad off the field.
True. He did he pushed a player or something or whatever it was.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah. So we saw the video of he pushed a player, but whatever that meant, right?
there's these two ends of the spectrum. And I think Fish is like more towards the Chris Peterson. Like he's not great on the field at coaching, but he's also not horrible. And people were comparing him to Sark, like early, like Sark's tenure. Sark got to 8 wins like maybe once in his whole 6 years at UW, 5 years at UW, whatever it was, right?
I mean, you can't really, it's not apples to apples because of the schedules, right? So my pushback on you would be Jedd Fisch has 8 wins, and who are their first 3 games against?
Yeah, I get it.
I mean,
But also Jedd Fisch is
absolutely
in the
terrible
Big
programs.
Ten, dude. We played Ohio State this
Yeah.
year, played Michigan on the road. Like anytime you'd have those two guys and Oregon, like the schedule's much tougher. And even though he hasn't won games, and this is the knock, right? Like to get to DeBoer territory, to get to Chris Peterson territory, you need to win games you're not supposed to win. And that's like his knock. Like he hasn't done it yet. And I think there's a hope that he can do it next year, right? And whether we're okay for waiting with that. And like it's just this whole issue because it's like, well, if you're not happy with them, then you have to replace him. But we're all watching this whole thing go down. Like you're really going to tear it down again? Like it's probably not worth it. Like ride it out. Like you have Damon Williams, you have all these weapons, you have the recruiting classes coming in. You have something you're building towards. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to rip it down, even if he's a 9 to 10 win coach, right?
It's certainly not worth it to get rid of him. There's no reason to. Yeah, like I would never argue that.
Yeah.
I would not argue that they should get rid of Fisch because he went 8-4. Like that's no way, right?
Yeah.
I think that the more theoretical, abstract argument of is he the right guy to do this thing is interesting, because I saw a lot of people say like 8-4 is kind of fish land, right? Like he kind of will be an 8-win, 9-win coach. Like even people who like him don't necessarily think he's going to go undefeated and get in the college football playoff. Maybe his biggest backers would.
Yeah.
And is it okay to just live in that floor of where we're just like happy because we get 8 to 9 wins?
Yeah.
Or should you shoot for something bigger? Now, I don't know what that bigger would be, right?
Well, we saw it. We saw what the bigger was. It was like Chris Peterson, which is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right?
Well, DeBoer might be the bigger, right?
Or DeBoer,
DeBoer was
right?
the best hire they've maybe ever had. Chris Peterson might be too. I know that sounds crazy in some ways because DeBoer left so quickly, but he took them to heights that they hadn't had since Don James, right? So
yeah.
Now, in fairness to Sark, real quick, Kev, because I think the Sark, I'm not here like touting Sark's awesome, but the schedule, you talked about the schedule, right? So this is the second year of Sark. They played the number 8, 18, 24, 15, 13, 1, and 17 ranked teams in the country. So that's a harder schedule than UW had this
And he
year.
went like 7-6,
And
right?
they went 7-6.
It's pretty
right?
damn good.
They beat Nebraska, who was ranked in the bowl game. They lost to Oregon 53-16. Not great. They were number 1. Stanford 41-0. Arizona 44-14. Not good. They beat Oregon State, who was ranked. They beat USC, who was ranked. They got crushed by Nebraska. So the getting crushed part, Fisch is better. Like they're not getting crushed.
This year, last
year not
year
at all.
But they're not at all. They were in all these games. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it's such a long conversation. We'll probably have it more and more. But like, you can have the conversation of like Damon Williams. Did he get better? He was really not good in the big games.
Yeah.
Is that Fisch? If he's the offensive guy, is that Fisch's responsibility? What happened to Jonah Coleman? I know he was hurt, but dude. And then if Jonah Coleman's hurt, why is Adam Muhammad averaging 10 yards a carry and not getting a carry in the second quarter against Oregon?
Didn't we make this argument about Jonah Coleman last year when he was averaging like 8 yards per carry?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
I have lots of questions about Jedd Fisch as a play calling coach. I have many people in my life who agree with you that the culture and the recruiting is totally worth it. I have like
that's how you ultimately win, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
That's how DeBoer won, arguably. Like you had 4 NFL guys 5 NFL guys on that offense.
But his recruiting
like,
class, yeah. I mean, he
yeah,
developed, I think, better. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. But DeBoer's only
yeah,
there 2 years, right? Or
yeah.
wasn't it?
It's
So
so hard to compare.
it's
Yeah,
so hard to compare. I think I agree with you, Fish. I mean, there's no reason to move on from him. I
yeah,
don't know that we can expect a higher ceiling. Like, I just don't. I don't know if we'll see it. Certainly not. I don't know. To your point, the Big Ten's really hard. I don't know. I'm like lost, like, because there's no solution, as you said.
yeah. Because
I'm
even if you get a really good in-game coach, like let's say DeBoer stays with the UW, does his thing, then we're going to be hearing about him going to the NFL, which is like a lot more, like I'd be more at peace with that, right?
right.
Like, but
I'd take DeBoer back if he wants to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, Fish is going to get his 3 wins to start the year with Washington State, Utah State, and Eastern Washington next year. So there you go. I was just looking at the schedule next year to see, like, could they have more than 8 wins? Indiana at home, Iowa at home, oof. Minnesota at home, theoretically, but we don't know. Transfer portal. Penn State at home. Man. Then they go on the road to Michigan State, Nebraska, Oregon, Purdue, and USC.
That's not as bad as this year. This year was bad.
The home schedule's tough. Iowa's always good.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa's better than them this year. Penn State
They're going to be beat
is
up.
better than UW.
Yeah.
Talent-wise. I don't care what their record is this year. And Indiana is amazing.
Yeah. I think Penn State, like, depending on who, they don't even have a coach right now, dude. Can you believe that?
I understand it. I just think the brand.
Yeah.
I'll go with the brand is bigger.
Yeah.
UW fans will get pissed about that, but that's okay. You know what people are really fired up about, Kev?
Which tweet?
I'm gonna move past the UW tweets because I don't want to rehash all the replies you had this week. But it wasn't a tweet, but it was something somebody said on a Sunday morning broadcast. It's a former 49ers coach, Steve Mariucci.
Yes.
Who said, in jest, sort of, because Max Brosmer, whatever his name is, for Minnesota was starting his first game at undrafted quarterback. And Kurt Warner was on the set with Mariucci, and he's also an undrafted quarterback. So Mariucci, sort of in fun, but it went viral, said, Max Brosmer is going to throw for 485 yards today against Seattle, which is ridiculous in all kinds of contexts and scenarios. But you have to say that with a little bit of truth of, like, you either believe Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer, Seattle's defense isn't as good as people think it is. JJ McCarthy was the problem in Minnesota because you still have Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. And Steve Mariucci looks like a freaking idiot right now. Kev, it didn't go well for Max.
Okay? Oh, man.
So let me tell you how well it didn't go. That's a dumb sentence. How bad it went. I don't know what he threw for, 100 yards or something. He had 4 interceptions. He was so bad, and the Vikings have been so bad on offense. I have 2 amazing facts that everybody needs to know. First, if a quarterback spiked the ball on every possession, right?
In this game?
In any game, they'd have a quarterback rating of 39.6.
How does that work?
I don't know. Nobody knows, Kev, but, like, let's just, right? Now put this in perspective. Brosmer had a quarterback rating of 32.8, 7 points lower than if he had just thrown the ball into the turf on every possession. JJ McCarthy was also below that number at 34.2 the week before. The Vikings are in trouble.
I get how it works because Brosmer threw interceptions.
Right. So they're negative.
If you spike the ball,
they're worse. They're worse off, right? Which they were. He threw one of the worst pick sixes in the history of football. He's falling down, underhand throws to no one other than Ernest Jones, who returns it for a touchdown.
It's kind of like when
atrocious.
You pick up Madden for the first time and you just play all Madden, and the defense is you're going against the computer and you're just getting dominated.
It was silly. And the broadcast is kind of getting excited for him. He's at Minnesota and he did this. I mean, they're trying to tell a story. They're not really. This is how bad the day was for the Vikings. DVOA, which we've talked about before, metric that says how good a team is or not, right? It's advanced metric. They said it was the worst offensive game of the entire franchise history for the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. They've never had a worst offensive game. Now, part of it's the Vikings. Their quarterback play is terrible. They had Sam Darnold. They also had Daniel Jones at one point last year, both not on the team. It's so bad that they released Adam Thielen today, who was inactive on Sunday. They traded a 4th and a 5th rounder for Adam Thielen in the offseason, who's playing in his last season in the NFL. Everything's bad for the Vikings. But I think we have to assume that some of this is the Seahawks. If not, maybe not all of it. Poor Max is pretty bad. The Seahawks defense is really good, Kev. Really good.
Would you characterize them as bullies after watching this game?
They play like bullies. They hit people. They love hitting people. Can I give you some stats for the Seahawks? They are 4th in sacks in the NFL now. They're 2nd in quarterback pressures. What's amazing about it, and they talk about it every broadcast, they overdo it, but they have the 7th lowest blitz percentage in the NFL at 18%. So they do rush with 4 a lot. The 4 of Murphy, Leonard Williams, Lawrence, Nwosu. You also throw in Mafe and Derek Hall, some other guys in there. Reed is hurt, but those 4 of Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, Lawrence, and Nwosu are incredible. They get the 2nd highest hurry rate in the NFL by blitzing the 7th lowest. So their defensive line, I told you this before, my buddy said it might be the best in history. It really might be. It's incredible. They also, though, a lot of times when teams rush the quarterback really well, they don't do something else well. They are 4th best in yards per attempt against the rush at 3.8. So they also stop the run. They're the 2nd best in drives ending in scoring chances. So people can't score on them. They also can't throw on them. They get sacked. The defense is incredible. So here's my question to you. Is the Seahawks defensive unit the best single unit in the NFL right now?
Well, I thought you were going to say in the history of Seahawks franchise.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
I think yes. I think that's been the answer the past, 6 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, even against the Rams, right, when they lost,
yeah,
the defense was awesome. They got
the
put
defense
in
kept them in
terrible
that
spots.
game.
Yeah, they got put in terrible spots, but they were really good.
Yeah.
I think the other candidates would be Rams offense, Cowboys offense, Colts offense, Bills offense. So if you took an offensive unit, it would be one of those 4, which is weird. It's not the Chiefs.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
They're not
Eagles or the Eagles.
Yeah, neither. The Chiefs are 6-6, right? Their offense is not doing it. I think there are other defenses that are really good. Houston's defense we've seen. Denver has a really good defense. Cleveland, Philly, all great defenses. Those stats I gave, I think you can make the argument the Seahawks defensive unit is the best unit on any side of the ball in the NFL right now. It's the best single advantage one team has is our defense.
Every time you said unit in the past 2 minutes, I kept on thinking of G-Unit.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, that's some great analysis, Kev. That's really good. That's what happens when you don't watch the game.
Yeah, I was listening to the game on YouTube TV on my drive back from Fresno. But it was cool to see the little score ticker pop up because I'm also, talking on the drive back with the wife, and you just see the little thing pop up, and it's like, oh, the Vikings still have not scored. What's going on? It's the 3rd quarter.
0 points is crazy in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, they have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison at receiver. They have Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason at running back.
It's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah, I don't care how bad your quarterback is. Like those are elite dudes.
So who's up next?
They play the Atlanta Falcons minus Michael Penix on the road. It's kind of a tricky game.
I was going to say trap game.
Well, Kind of. Bijan Robinson's so good.
Kirk Cousins?
But I feel like they're going to absolutely destroy Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he seems
can't
like
move.
he's throwing
and
ducks.
Quarterbacks who can't move really struggle against the Seahawks. Because, I mean, it certainly was true in the past. This year, I feel like, I mean, Stafford actually moves better than you think, but he's just he's the MVP of the NFL right now, so he's playing at an elite level. But like even Cam Ward was giving them trouble because he was scrambling, and Kirk Cousins is not scrambling. So I think it'll be it's a fun game. I mean, they're tied for first because the Rams lost. They've got to go win. I mean, they certainly need to beat the Falcons, but they need to run the table. Go get the 1 seed. You have the best defense in the NFL. Go get the 1 seed. I'm in. And most importantly, Kev, the Seahawks hit. They're over. Everybody's a winner.
There you go.
All right. Here's the segment we're going to do. I'm going to call it Seattle Snack Pack. I saw on Amazon for Black Friday, there's this like snack pack you can buy. And it was like 50 snacks. And it was like $25. It was like Fun Dip and chips and crackers. And I'm like, this can't be $25. But it really got me thinking that snack packs are amazing.
That showed up on your Amazon algorithm. Like you opened up your homepage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, snacks are going to show up. You have to pick a number between 1 and 5. If you really want, you can tell me a jersey, like a player in Seattle sports history, and I'll see if I know the number, but it's got to be a 1 to 5 number.
Easy. Oh, this is more fun now.
Yeah, and then I've randomly put them in an order, and then we will time it. It'll be a speed round, snack pack, 1 minute. I'm going to time it that we have to. I'm going to start, and then you're going to react, and we only get 1 minute to do it. 5 topics.
Okay, so
give me a number of somebody in Seattle sports history,
and then you say something, and then I have to give you my take.
Yeah, but maybe you don't even get a take. Depends on if time runs out.
All right, we do have a timer on our little recording platform. So
that's true. Good point. I don't even need my phone out. Yeah.
Here we go. Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, number 3. Okay, number 3 this week is your Seattle Kraken, Kev. The Seattle Kraken have lost 3 in a row. I was all excited last week.
It's such an up and down thing.
I know. It's a long season. But here's the thing I want to point out. They don't score goals. We've talked about this, right? I know you don't watch hockey, but you remember me saying they have trouble scoring.
I understand that, yeah.
Okay, Dallas and Edmonton, 2 good teams at home this week. We were 0 for 11 on the power play.
But that's pretty bad.
That's so bad. You have a man advantage, and in one case against Edmonton, they had a 2-person advantage. And they couldn't score.
Could you imagine? Why don't they? Someone had to write an op-ed on this.
High there.
Yeah, someone had to write an op-ed on this about how basketball would be so much more fun if they had a power play aspect. Like, could you imagine LeBron fouls someone and then you get 5-on-4 for like a minute?
I don't know if I'd like it, but I like the idea. I like your thinking outside the box here, Kev. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anything else about the Kraken?
No, they just need to score some frickin' goals. All right, give me another number.
Dude, that was awesome. DeMond Williams.
Number 2. Number 2 is your Washington Huskies men's basketball team. Made an announcement. They're going to retire 2 jerseys. 2 German greats. Detlef Schrempf and Christian Welp. And I'm really excited about it. The Christian Welp one is on January 11th. For those who don't know, when I coached boys basketball prep, I coached his son, Colin Welp. I knew Christian. He was a great, great guy. Sadly, he passed away when Colin was in high school. It was tragic and sudden and sad. And I'm really, really happy that they're doing this. It's going to be very, very cool. So go get your tickets to either game to support 2 Husky greats. It's very cool. They're going to be up in the rafters. That's awesome.
Yeah, 2 Germans too. Like pre-Dirk Nowitzki era.
You know who else is German?
Hannes.
This guy.
Well, you're German. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Learned something new.
Fun fact, Lincoln Elsner, my son's name, which I think I can say on a podcast, and he's all over social media. So not a German name. You won't find it on Facebook because Lincoln is a very American.
Yeah.
However, my second son, Felix Elsner, super German. So many German guys on Facebook named Felix Elsner.
You know, there is another Kevin Cocabellos that lives in this world.
I can't
Never
wait
met
to meet him. I'm going to meet him first. It's going to be great. All right, give me another number.
John Ross.
Ooh, John Ross. Wait, was he number one?
Yes.
He's one of the many awesome number ones in Husky history.
Yeah, name another one.
Reggie Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Polk.
Yep.
Jonah Coleman.
Oh, Jonah Coleman. There you go.
Yeah, I can keep going. There's many great number ones. Warren Moon. All right, number one. Let's talk about your Seattle Mariners infield options. We'll maybe go a little over a minute, but we'll try to keep it close. It's off-season time. There's a little chatter. You put a couple links for me to look at. It's really just people coming up with things to talk about, right? There seems to be a little smoke towards a Polanco reunion, but I haven't really seen a source say that. It's just people thinking it makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
But Polanco's not playing. I mean, I guess he can play second base, but he's going to be a DH if they resign.
But that's my one of my questions for you is who, if let's assume Polanco doesn't come back and Suarez doesn't come back, and you have to come up with in-house solutions for two of those infield spots, like where are you at with that?
So my easy one is Colt Emerson plays third.
Okay.
And Cole Young plays second for different reasons.
The Cole and the Colt.
Colt Emerson, I saw last year. I talked about it on this podcast. He's a dude. He's going to be awesome. I just think it's going to happen. I don't know if he's really ready yet, but he's close. I mean, he's only had like 40 AAA at bats or something.
Yeah. And Cole he's only Young, 20.
Yeah. Cole Young is different. Cole Young was okay when he was up. And then he was just young and he got overwhelmed and they benched him because they needed to go make the playoffs, and that's fine. I don't think you give up on Cole Young, and they're not going to. Hollander was on the radio this week, and there's a couple things. He talked about that. Like, you got to give guys a good, not a leash, but like you got to give them an opportunity. I think Cole Young's a dude too. And I think at second, especially, I think he can be good. He's got a little pop, more than Ben Williamson at third. I just think he should be the second baseman. I don't want to talk about Ryan Bliss anymore. No offense, Ryan Bliss. I'm just done with it. I want Cole Young to be the second baseman. I am open to the idea that Colt Emerson's not the third baseman and they go find somebody else to play third to start the year.
Yeah.
And I think Hollander and Dipoto are on the same thing because their quote, I'm going to paraphrase, you can't have, if you want to compete, too many young guys in. Like, if you're breaking in two guys like that at premium positions, it's not going to be good for a veteran lineup. At the same time, you don't want to block all your young prospects, right? So I think this is a terrible name, but it was in the article, like a Willie Castro or whatever, a third base option that's not exciting to start the year. And then you can go trade for one if you want. I don't know. If Gino wants to come back at a year, I'm in. Right? And then if he doesn't do well and it's only a year, Colt Emerson could take that spot later in the year.
Yeah, that'd be so funny, though, if they let Suarez walk and then we just trade for him.
No, I didn't mean trade. I mean, like, re-sign him now.
Yeah,
like, if he doesn't get a deal from somebody for 3 years and he likes it in Seattle and he comes back at a year or 2 years, I wouldn't go more than that. But I mean, it's so great they signed Naylor, but I think the rest of the market's going to be real slow. We're not going to see a Seattle signing till late, and it's going to be some random dudes, I think. It's going to, or they'll surprise us with a trade, which they've done before. But can you imagine them? Yeah, real quick though. Sorry, but can you imagine them like doing something long term to block Cole Young and Colt Emerson? I think they're too high on those guys.
Yeah.
So I just don't think we're gonna get, like, unless they get their, socks knocked off. Is that a phrase?
You're so old. Sometimes I hear you say things.
Why'd they get their socks knocked off?
You're so old.
All right, we're moving on. Give me a different number.
Kyle Seager.
Kyle Seager's 15, Kev.
I thought he was number 4.
Any good? No, Mark McLemore. How about that? Mark McLemore, number 4. All right.
Kyle Seager was 15, not 4.
Kev, the Huskies lost to Colorado men's basketball.
Former Pac-12, Colorado.
Kev, do you know what Colorado was predicted to finish in the Big 12?
Probably 12.
Second to last. No, there's more
11.
than 12. There's more than 12,
Oh, yeah,
Kev.
God.
That's the problem. There's like 17. Colorado, I watched part of the game. Colorado looked good. They could be better than that, but that's not good.
And this was at the Acrisure Invitational, right?
Palm Springs, yes.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm going to leave
Did they
it at
have
that.
Steinbach in that game?
They did not.
Yeah, that's the key.
I guess.
He had 10 rebounds and 15 points a game. Like, if you don't have that production.
Totally agree. Should they still lose to the second worst team in the Big 12?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. We might have to have a sprinkle conversation at some point. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because when do they become the team that we keep thinking they're going to be in either year? Like, or are we just going to be okay with a 13th out of 18 Big Ten team? Like, bleh. That's not knocking my socks off, Kev. Okay.
All right. Hopefully.
Last one.
This isn't right. This isn't wrong, but Jason Myers.
Wait. Jason Myers? Like, isn't that? Oh, Michael Myers is who I was thinking of Halloween. I think he's number 5, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Husky women's basketball. They beat San Jose State tonight by 1,000,000 points. I've seen 4 games in person, maybe 5. I've watched them a lot. El Ladine just came back. They're ranked 21st in the country. They're undefeated. They haven't beaten anyone who's any good, really.
People are still going to go to games for free.
What do you mean?
But that
with the $25 thing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to the men's game on Wednesday because of this, but they're playing UCLA, so we'll see. What's the reasonable expectation for the Husky women's team in the Big Ten? That's my question to you.
I think they can win the thing.
Whoa, slow down. You think they can win the Big Ten?
Yeah. Regular season?
You need to relax.
Okay. You asked me what was
you need to
top
relax.
Top 3.
Kevin. In the Big Ten, Michigan, who took UConn down to the wire, is loaded. In the Big Ten, UCLA just played South Carolina, just beat Tennessee. They have Lauren Betts, like they have Kiki Rice. Come on, Kev. The Huskies are not winning the Big Ten. Stop it.
Okay, top 3.
That is not a reasonable expectation.
I should just post something on X right now and see how many people get mad at me.
Yeah, you should. Also, you totally distracted me from what I was doing, and that's fine. But this is clear to me that you need to watch women's basketball.
I've been watching the games, dude. They're good.
So you're hyped. You're excited about the Avery Howell, El Ladine.
Yeah.
Bryn Magoo. I got to figure out how to say her name. It's not how it's spelled.
Sellers, yeah.
I'm going to write something, Kev. I think I'm going to write something about Sienna Harvey. I feel inspired. Oh, come on. Like you're just whipping out the quill and writing some great stuff these days.
You are so old. You said the word quill.
I also have a cup that says I fed the gators from Alabama. Literally feeding alligators. That makes me old too, I guess. That's something old people would do. Go feed some alligators.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Kev, we did it. Seattle Snack Pack is done.
That was a great segment.
Yeah, I think so too. I have another segment for you.
We used to do quick hitters, and then we got
that was kind of a quick hitter, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to try and stick with this because I think I never know what to do when I want to talk about the Kraken, but not for a long time, or like a soccer thing or something.
Yeah.
I think we just do Seattle Snack Pack.
Yeah, I like
and then we can say things like quotes from Billy Madison. Do you know that movie?
I know that movie.
Just give me a snack pack. If we could play that quote in there, that'd be great. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a segment for me.
Yeah. Well, you don't coach high school sports.
No, but I'm adjacent to it.
2 decades you coached high school sports. My question for you is
give me the name of the segment, Kev.
The name of the segment is what's happening in youth sports.
Yeah, and if you put it in ChatGPT, you get a bunch of possible other names. So you ready? How about the Young Guns update? How about from the park to the pros? How about Playground to Prime Time?
These sound like my album names if I ever were to become a
Next Gen
rapper.
Sports Report. Youth Sports Rundown. Okay, here's the idea. You're asking me what's happening in youth sports. I'm around youth sports a lot. I have 2 kids who've done youth sports. Sometimes we're going to just do this for a while now, Kev. I'm going to make you engage with me on this.
Listen, yeah.
Sometimes I'm going to give you old stories because I got some stories banked. But here's what I'm going to talk about right now. And I think you're going to agree with me. When I coach CYO basketball and a game ends before us and we're going to warm up, without a doubt, every single time, no matter what gym you're in, the parents, grandparents, and everyone just walks onto the court. They go on the court as if there's not another game happening, as if their child and the hug they need to give them after their stupid CYO game, no offense. It's not stupid CYO. I just mean like silly is the word I'm looking for, is the most important thing in the world. There's a team warming up. People will walk through layup lines as if it's not happening, completely oblivious, to go make sure their little Timmy gets his Gatorade or his bag or something like that. Can we stop? Can we have some decorum in youth sports? Can we have a little awareness that there are lines? There is a basketball court. You have stands. Walk around the court. Go tell your kid I'll meet you in the lobby or outside after they talk with their coach. Please don't walk across the court. And even worse, please don't linger on the court and have a conversation in the middle of the layup line. What are we doing?
You know what you need? A very aggressive volunteer gym monitor.
Yeah, it's me. That's the problem. So I just look at people and go, we're warming up. I need you to move. And I don't think people like me when I do it, but I don't understand it. Can you just imagine? You're a lawyer. I'm sure you do a deposition at some point. Is that a word that lawyers do?
Yeah, I do depositions.
Do people just walk into the middle of the conference room as soon as the deposition's over and just be like, oh, sorry, I needed a Gatorade or water out of the water cooler? No. Do people walk into classrooms at the end of a lesson when a teacher's in history class and just start high-fiving their kid and then linger and have a conversation? Actually, they do that sometimes.
Yes. Yes. And also, people do that at depositions all the time.
So people are the worst is what we're saying. Just people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's my youth sports rant. It's not always going to be a rant, Kev, but that's what I got this week. Okay, here's my segment for you. New segment.
Yeah.
It's called Kev's Secret DMs. It sounds a lot spicier than it really is.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Christine. This is safe. Kev gets DM'd from all kinds of like people in the sports world, mostly college agents and players and maybe
all
the
interesting things. Yeah.
And sometimes he can't say them. So what we're going to try and do is push Kev to tell us something that without really telling us something.
Yeah.
So Kev, share a secret DM. You don't have to read it.
I mean, I can read it without.
Okay, great. Sometimes you can read it. Sometimes you might just tell us the contents or a little morsel for people, you know?
Yeah. Let me pull up something here.
Does it make me sound old too when I say morsel?
Yeah.
Let her look at your DMs.
Oh, I got a
also
really
means
interesting
you're not.
I at one point posted news of a visitor.
To a visitor to your home or
no. A visitor, recruiting visitor, for the University of Washington.
Okay, we're getting more specific.
I got a message from a source that would not be wrong, telling me this guy isn't real. We're not really recruiting him. Take your post down.
That's amazing. Wait, like the person's not a real person?
No, the person's
not a real recruit.
The person was, I think, appearing to try to be a recruit.
Totally. Which is pretty common.
A real thing, right?
Yeah.
But this was the first one where I couldn't tell. Like, I'm usually able to confirm or tell. and this one was like, this one's weird, but I think it's right. And then within like a minute or 2 minutes, it was like, that's wrong. Take it down. So I took it down because I got a confirmed source, but I thought that one was interesting.
That's a good one.
This segment's going to be very interesting in the next
be
month because of the transfer portal.
Yeah. You're gonna you're not gonna reveal anything you don't need to reveal, but you're gonna say something at some point like there's a high profile safety. That's all you're gonna say, something like that, or defensive player, whatever
I'll
you
just
can say.
give it to you. There's gonna be like 2 to 3 flips tomorrow, or on the 3rd. I think there's gonna be one person that's committed that's not going to end up signing. I have my suspicions on who it is, but I have not confirmed anything. So we'll just see what happens.
This is great. What a cliffhanger. It's amazing. I love it, Kev. This is great segments. We're going to stick with these segments. And if anyone listens to our podcast regularly, they'll know we'll stick with it for at least 2 weeks. we usually bail, but I think they're going to be great. These 2 segments are going to be great. I have so many youth sports stories.
Yeah.
This weekend, Lincoln's playing in his first high school lacrosse tournament, and Felix is going to Arizona for AAU basketball with my wife. So there's got to be stories coming for next week.
Awesome. Okay, so top 5.
Top 5. Here we go. We're finishing up with top 5. This is a great podcast. It's late at night. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Got lots of energy.
Here's man, I gotta work after this, dude. I gotta do work after this. When you have to stay
somebody
up late,
gonna walk in in the middle of your work session and start having a conversation and high-fiving their kid? No,
I hope not.
What were you gonna ask me?
Yeah, when you have to stay up late at night to work, do you drink coffee? Do you crack a Coke open? Like, how do you stay awake?
It's a great question, Kev. Coffee usually would be my go-to. This probably goes back to your old comment. I just go to bed now.
And you wake up early.
Yeah, I wake up early if I have to.
Yeah.
But honestly, the great thing about teaching is there's rarely an actual deadline.
I said, be careful.
No. There's deadlines. Like I have to know what I'm doing for class tomorrow, right? That's a deadline. I'm sure there are teachers who can BS their way through things or whatever. It's not a very good lesson. So you want to be ready to go. In terms of returning like graded work, there's usually not a real deadline, and some teachers are faster than others, but yeah. So, but I've had, I'll drink some coffee, or more likely what happens is I go to bed and I get up early.
Yeah. That's what I do.
I mean, I'll get up at 4 if I have to and crank some stuff out if I have to do it. So I'm way better in the morning. All right, well, let's get to top 5 so you can get back to work. My top 5 for you is, I think you'll like this one as a Husky football expert. Before Jedd Fisch, no, let's go the other way. From 1957 to 1974. No, listen, just listen. I'm setting it up. It's context, Kevin, as a good teacher would do, introducing a quote in your writing. Yeah. Context. Lead in.
The things that our clips lack.
Fair point. From 1957 to 1974, Jim Owens was the coach at UW, right? Won 99 games, 18 seasons. Following Jim Owens, Don James took over from 1975 to 1992. He won 150 games. Name every coach the Huskies have had. This is kind of a top 5, but not really. Since Don James.
Oh, yeah.
Can you do it in order?
In order. Okay. I need a little kickstart because I want to say Dennis Erickson, and I know it's not him.
We've talked about this before. Dennis Erickson was never a coach.
Yeah.
UW. Okay, who was after Don James?
Who took over? Jim Lambright.
Very good. Who was after Jim Lambright?
Rick Neuheisel.
Very good. The person you're thinking of who was whatever name you just said. Who did you say? Because I don't want to say the wrong
Jim
name.
Lambright.
No. The one you said we said was never a coach.
Oh, Dennis Erickson.
Is that who you said? Yeah, not him. But it's a name similar to that. Who's after that? Who's after Neuheisel?
Keith Gilbertson.
Very good. Who's after Keith Gilbertson?
Tyrone Willingham.
You're crushing it. Who's after Tyrone?
Steve Sarkisian.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint on the next one. Coach
Yeah.
one game.
Tuiasosopo.
Very good. Nice job. Who came after Sark?
Chris
Not
Peterson.
counting Chris Peterson. You're rolling. Who's after Peterson?
Jimmy Lake.
Very good. Now, this is a tricky one. Interim coach after Jimmy Lake.
Oh.
Yeah. I would not have gotten this.
Can you give me the initials?
BG.
Ooh.
He was 0-3. I wouldn't get it.
Can you give me the first name?
Bob
Gregory.
Yep. That's I didn't even remember this. I'd totally blocked that out.
Yeah.
Who came after Jimmy Lake essentially?
Yeah. Kalen DeBoer.
Yep. And then
Chris Peter. Sorry.
Jedd Fisch. Yeah.
Jedd Fisch.
Ooh,
that's who I want it to be.
Okay. The top 5 here, it's not really 5, but it's close enough. Do you know the amount of years the top guys in that list from Lambright to Fisch, the amount of years they coached? Do you get what I'm saying? Like the top, can you name? Yeah, give me the top 5. The 5 guys with the most experience, and if you can name the number of years or get close. And it's going to prove a point to me here.
Yeah, so Peterson was 6 years.
Very good. That's tied with someone.
I want to say that's Lambright.
Very good. 6 years. You're rolling. You're amazing at Husky football.
5 years was Sark.
Very good. Yes.
Number 2.
And then we've got 2 people at 4 to round out the top 5.
Yeah. Neuheisel.
Yep. You'll get the other one if you think about it.
And it's Willingham.
It is. You absolutely crushed that, Kevin.
Willingham was here for 4 years.
Yeah. Do you think he was there shorter?
God.
He was 11-37.
Can you believe how bad
11
that was?
and 37
for 4 years.
Gilbertson was 7-16 in his 2 years before that. Here's my point, though, Kev. We have this whole thing. We started today with this coaching carousel, and there's all this stuff in social media about how quickly people move on from jobs. And the longest tenured coach after Don James and Jim Owens in Husky history was 6 years.
Yeah.
Lambright was 6, and then we had Peterson for 6. That's it. We're not talking about a long time. Jedd Fisch is going into his 3rd year, which is getting close to putting him in the top 5 since then of length of coaching, and it feels like he's just getting started.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's an indication of like college football's kind of been this way already. Like if you told me Neuheisel was only in Washington for 4 years, I would have told you you're wrong. I would have said it was 6.
Yeah.
I would have said Lambright was like 8. Peterson was 8, because it just feels like they were there longer, because it's really not that long. Coaches stay in programs. So if Fisch lasts for 6 years, he's going to be like a Husky. I don't know if he'll be a legend, but he's going to be one of the longest tenured coaches in Husky history. It'd be
like the biggest accident of all time.
Yeah,
like
right.
The guy
exactly.
that everyone thought was going to go within 3 years ended up staying because of the circumstances.
Right.
Which I think is
because of that turnover, also, if he were to win, let's say he wins his bowl game and then he wins 8 games next year, he's in the top 10 in Husky history in wins. That's also wild. He would only be 2 behind Kalen DeBoer, who was 25-3 in 2 years, which is absurd. There you go. That's a fun top 5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, Kev. I'm here for you.
Huskies maybe in the Holiday Bowl. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I like the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't want the LA Bowl. I saw they might be in the LA Bowl. What the heck is that?
Yeah.
I'd rather have them be in the Cheez-Its Bowl.
Or the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Oh, man, the Pop-Tarts Bowl is so cool with all their mascots. Yeah. Give me some branding.
Yeah.
LA Bowl? What do I care about LA? If it was the La Brea Tar Pits Bowl, I'm in. La Brea Tar Pits are super cool. Old guy.
Yeah, old guy. All right. Well, you'll be a little older when I see you next week. Maybe we'll have a sponsor. I need to get on that.
Yeah, you do need to get on that. Are you not going to give me my top 5?
Did I not give you?
No, Kevin, I want to talk about this before we go. I know we're at an hour mark right now.
I forgot.
People need to know this.
Yeah. Your top 5 Husky concessions.
Okay. This is my opportunity to say
Husky basketball.
Husky basketball. Husky football is not that much better, but I've talked about this before on this podcast, and I got my pen waving because I'm an old guy. Husky basketball, I've gone to one men's game and I think 4 or 5 women's games. And they've been advertising that new fun concessions are coming. They're still not there, Kev. The concessions at Husky basketball games are absolute garbage. This is my opportunity to tell you how bad they are. Okay. At number 5, the nachos. It is the old school Kingdom nachos. Those chips that you buy from Safeway and then they just pour molten lava cheese on top, orange cheese. If you throw the jalapenos on, it's okay, but still. These are Kingdom nachos. Not great. That's number 5. Number 4 is wait, I have to remember my order here. Number 4 is basically any collection of candy they have, because they have like Nerd Gummy clusters and Red Vines.
Twizzlers.
Like well, Red Vines, but they're fine. Like, it's solid. You're not going to get sick. You're fine. Number 3 is the popcorn. It's hard to screw up popcorn. This is how bad the concessions are. Boring, not even movie style popcorn is number 3. That's how bad we're talking about right now. Okay. Number 2, the hot dog. It's what I get every time. That's how bad this is. There are no other options. I can get a hot dog or I can get a pizza that looks like it came straight out of like the microwavable pizzas, like the Tony's pizzas that always like the cheese doesn't match the sauce. So there's just like a glob of sauce somewhere that no one wants to eat that bite.
Sad.
Yeah. When people get the pizza, I just go, oh, every time. Okay. They don't have burgers. They don't have anything other than hot. They don't have chicken fingers, nothing. You go to a Husky basketball game and you're getting a microwavable pizza or you're getting a hot dog. So I get a hot dog. Number 1, the one thing they have going for them is a Minute Maid lemonade icy in a cup.
Oh, they have those at the football games and the Mariners games.
Those are pretty good. But still, that's our number 1 right now.
That's kind of sad because
think about what we talked about with the Mariners.
Yeah, it's cold outside too. And so the last thing you want is a cold treat.
Yeah.
Like unless it's burning hot because you're just, the Huskies play is so hot that you need to cool down.
Yeah, the Husky women are scoring all kinds of points.
Yeah, but the Husky men, no.
I'll tell you how it goes on Wednesday. But even the beer selection at their one beer stand that's open when you go, they got no Georgetown, no Rubens. You're choosing a no-lie, which is fine. They got Coors Light, but they have a no-lie IPA, which is fine. And then the Fremont Lush. They're fine. But can we just upgrade the concessions? What are we doing?
No, here's the thing. They're investing money into the roster.
Yeah.
All right. Then the roster wins, and then we get better concessions.
All right.
One thing at a time.
I did talk about Avery Howell. I was thankful for last week. And if that means that we're paying her money to come to Washington, I will eat a hot dog. That's fine. I'm in.
Yes. Good.
Great.
Good. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing what you're going to eat on Wednesday's game.
Yeah. I'll tell you if the men's concessions at a big game are different. They might be.
Yeah, they might have more than one stand open.
Yeah, the patriarchy. All right.
All right, man. I'll see you next week.
See ya.